If that's the case, why must the IMF dictate that? Is this not our budget, Gambia? Why would the international partners have a say on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's they should not. That's the answer. IMF easily gets a bad rap, but no country that is doing well ends up before the IMF. IMF doesn't get to dictate what you are going to do in your budget, or if you decide to increase your budget, your allocation to any sector by any amount. If your economy is doing well and you are managing it well, you won't do it well. It's sort of like, let's think of an analogy. If you are not doing well, you are seriously sick, you go to a doctor. Not only will they give you medication, sometimes they will prescribe certain lifestyle changes.
Yes.
You can eat this,
don't eat this.
Don't eat this, drink this, don't drink this.
Yeah.
Now, it's easy to go and blame, it's sort of like blaming the doctor and say, the doctor is dictating this man's life. But if you didn't have to go in the first place, no doctor will come to your house and tell you, you cannot eat this, you cannot drink this. So as Mane said, the root of this problem, and this has been building up over the years, is that there has been economic mismanagement. Significant, not just minor, significant economic mismanagement by this government at every level. But particularly, it's. I was also reading what the Minister of Finance was saying about the budget situation. How we are in debt distress, and thinking about mentioning the fact that some ministries are not reporting their revenue, the tax base is not large enough, and a few other things. But the problem, he's talking about problems that are directly under his control, that are under the direct control, of this very government. So to talk about it as if you are outside of the system when you are part and parcel of it is just mind-blowing. I mean, it's the level of self-unawareness and the incompetence that is being shown, it's just mind-boggling. So let's talk about tax base. The legal basis for tax reform is the GRA Act. But still now we are operating under the GRA Act of 2004. This government has been in power close to a decade. They didn't see it fit to reform the tax code. Public finance management. This is the Ministry of Finance is supposed to be in charge of sources of revenue into the government and expenditure. It's not just Ministry of Finance, but economic planning as well. Yet this wasn't done. It's as if you, the author of the problem yourself, you are going about. It's like what Ahmad Ba did during that so-called national dialogue. Stood before us, complaining about life in the country.
It's not part of the ministry, government.
So it's the same thing. So where we are right now, under normal circumstances, IMF shouldn't come and tell you. Because if your economy is doing very well, you are generating tax revenue as you should. It is up to you to spend as you please. Nobody, World Bank, IMF, ADB, nobody can tell you what to do with it. Right now, that money, they don't have it. They knew they didn't have it, but yet they stood before the Gambian people and promised what they couldn't deliver. And they were planning on using money that was going to come from IMF or some other place. Because the money that they are generating here is not enough because the economy is not doing very well. So IMF simply told them, the assistance we are giving you cannot go into this increase.